Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the grammar video series. I hope you had a joyful and restful break. This semester we're doing things a little bit differently. Last semester, of course, we were learning sentence patterns. This year we're going to do revision strategies, and we'll get to those in just a moment. But we're also doing something a little bit differently in that this year you're going to get a handout before each week. They'll be posted on the website. Your teacher will give them to you. And that handout will have some questions, have some spots for notes that you're going to have to fill in and bring back. So make sure you have your handout with you. And here we go with revision strategies. How to make what you wrote more awesome than when you first wrote it. What I want to look at first, real quick, is the writing process. Because everyone goes through a writing process, whether it's a journal entry or a more formal essay. And we start with pre-writing. We think about why we're writing and to whom we're writing, and we think about what we want to write. Whether we're just writing a journal entry, we're going to think about the question before we start putting pencil to paper. That's pre-writing, even if we don't write anything down. If we're doing a formal essay, we're going to potentially do some journal entries. Maybe we're going to do some research. We're going to do some secondary readings. All of that will count as part of our pre-writing. And then we write. We draft. We put pencil to paper or we type. That's our writing part. Then we go and we respond, whether it's a self-evaluation, we read it, have a peer or a teacher read it. But what I want to focus on today is this revising section, where we're going to go and we're going to clarify, reorganize, refine, and make sure we're using precise language when we revise. So why should we revise? We touched on it a little bit, but there's three things that we want in our essays. We want to make sure we have language that is clean, we want it to be clear, and we want it to be direct. If we can accomplish those three things in our writing, we're going to be okay. But also, we want to make sure that the language is appropriate to the writer, is you. You don't want to be using a vocabulary so sophisticated that it doesn't even sound like you. You want to be you writing as long as you are clean, clear, and direct with what you're saying. So, quick look back. What did we do last semester? We learned sentence patterns. And they're not going to go away. You're still going to need to know what they are and how to use them properly. Know them, love them, cherish them. Feel free to get an inner forearm tattoo with the sentence patterns right on there so you have them near and dear to you. This semester we're going to learn revision strategies. We're going to learn how can we clarify our writing. How can we score well on the English ACT? How can we make what we've written even better? So we're going to look at how to take what we've written, look back at it, revise it, and make it better. Where last semester we looked at essentially how to write it. So, revision strategy 1 is use sentence patterns. It's important to have that variety in writing. Why sentence patterns? What about them is beneficial in writing? Well, they add life, rhythm, and variety. Otherwise, without sentence patterns, you could have a very, very dull passage. It reduces repetition, and it can be used to add emphasis. For instance, long sentences can be good for adding a lot of information, where short sentences can often highlight crucial points or make specific moments stand out. So, these next 3 slides are all of our sentence patterns. On your sheet, make sure you write the pattern down. And what's going to be nice is then you'll have a place where all of the patterns are located. So write the patterns down, and then also on that sheet for each pattern, compose a sentence following that pattern. You should be able to do all of these no problem. Here are our simple sentences. Feel free to pause at each time to make sure you can write down the patterns. Once you get those sentences written, you're all set. Pretty straightforward this week. Welcome back, and good grammar to you.